Turn your Bluetooth on and power that on.
Oh shit, she got little babies, don't she? Tell her they giving away pampers. I don't have to.
First and 10 coming up.
Set.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Breaks through, and he might break away. He spins right by him. Breaks out the spin cycle. He's in. Touchdown. The Packers throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 28th of the season, which gives him a share of the NFL record. And with that score, he's now eclipsed the 27 touchdowns of Shaun Alexander and Priest Holmes, and joined LaDainian Tomlinson atop the NFL with 28 rushing scores in one season. The Packers again coming to the line for 2.
Ready.
They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone again. So he gets them the big play touchdown, and then they reward him with a chance to add on 2 more. I think we were all expecting to see the kicker there, but up big, they're still adding on with a 2-point conversion.
I think most of us, certainly the purists, would love to see the kicker there. Don't run up the score. But look, in the end, it's also on the other side, too. Stop them from scoring. Don't even let them put the 2-point conversion out. Keep them out of the end zone. You got a little responsibility to have some pride on that side as well.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Eskridge on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense running out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've... Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Howell out of the shotgun. It's caught. Barner. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set up. Check go.
Howell from the gun. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Packers pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On 2nd down, Jacobs gets to space right side. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Packers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. A 5th rushing score for him as he moves one away from the NFL record. And after it was broken or tied 3 times in just 4 years in the early 2000s, Brock, it has taken until now for this record to fall again. That's his 29th rushing touchdown and sets a new NFL record, topping LaDainian Tomlinson's historic 2006 season. And now, once again, here come the Packers trying for 2.
Let's go now.
Trying for it on the ground. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Eskridge on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Seahawks are out for another look on offense alongside QB Sam Howell. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just... They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready. Second.
Throwing now, Howell. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Seattle.
To win, to look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know you run it up at night. You know I gotta get one life for this. to and throw. J. Cole said it's memes and mills, but I'm the king and I just it all. Really wanna wipe me down, I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty better beef with me, they never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while I'm Twitter with my phone out. Got an Eminem deal, but I'm Hershey. 6'2", dark skin with purpose. Never voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying little Curtis, yeah. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know I'm running up at night. You know I only get one life for this. Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
I'm a hot girl yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
To get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, bricks. in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. And if I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow in a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back day yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a two drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back day yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back day yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Oh!
On the floor, big carbon hit like Mayweather. Tula come through and blow up. Got millions out there rap. They hate her, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming. I stole the show. Don't run up on that. She a head case. All she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week. Back no more features. I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week. Back no more features. I might embarrass you. Yeah, glow. Stomp a look with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping, rapping, making bail. Two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow. No competition, these stale. Yeah, glow. Curbing, no curbing, my layers. Yeah, glow. Say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, glow. Keep running circles around these snails. Yeah, glow. And my bumping up in the jail. On the big glow, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck, got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on you. Better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players. My folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. Get 'em glow, them fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get 'em glow, stop overthinking, these can't with you. Get 'em glow, standing on business in these Chanel shoes. Before I let her play with me, I'll go eat some jail food on God. Stomp a look with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping, rapping, making bail. Yeah, glow. Two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow. No competition, these stale. Yeah, glow. Curbing, no curbing, my layers.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and our focus is on Romeo Dobbs. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Packers and the Saints under the lights on Monday night.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Chill in the air. Folks are bundled in the seats and on the field. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. A bit warmer up here in the booth. These cold weather games, Greg, always interesting to watch how it impacts the players down on the field.
Absolutely, and these nights are...
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders. Now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall...
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we could feel it all the way up here in the booth.
Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second. And now they find themselves in a critical third down here.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
To return, it's Nixon. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg, just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Set. Set. Cut.
A go play action with Love. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll take off again. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Ready. Ready.
Here's Jacobs. And he bounces it to the outside. And he's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. In fact, he leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. He'll go again here with Kamara. And he's going to get the 1st down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Fighting off tackles, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. The most... And Johnson will go play action with Carr. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He'll come up to 3rd and 3. Carr working out of the gun. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. He's got the 1st down, not by a whole lot. Only gets 3. That's all he needed for a new set of downs. In the shotgun, it's Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. It's a give now to Kamara. And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Packers on top. And we're back. Lambeau Field in just a moment. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try and run for this with Kamara. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to... Calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Carr. The ball comes out. The Packers have it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
Here we go. Set.
On play action, Love. Now he'll run. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
He'll run again. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. 1st and 10. A play fake. And they'll throw with Rattler. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Rattler. There he goes, and he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision. There was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Working out of the gun, here's Rattler. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They'll return this from the 11. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Play action now. It's called. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
When it starts bad, it has a funny way of ending up getting worse, and I don't think that could be any more true than it is right now. They're already down by multiple possessions, and after that start to this drive with the sack, they find themselves once again in a massive hole.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back is Carr. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Shaheed with the catch. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That penalty is declined.
It's Riley Dixon coming on now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And they'll finally put an end to this, but a great return to the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Now he'll run it. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers. And that touchdown, number 15 for him on the ground. He had... record most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single season. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Here's Carr. The left side into the hands of Olave. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Carr from the gun on third down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On comes the punter now, as he's standing right around his own goal line. The return. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. So, we have hit halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports halftime report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Texans who were able to come away with the road victory. C.J. Stroud sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Nelson Aguilar, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A return now from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. Remember, he had a touchdown on the ground earlier, something he's been able to do frequently this season, as you see where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks in rushing TDs.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He's going to run it. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
Ready, ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He's going to go deep. Looking for Reed. Holton Adebo, the good coverage. Gets his hand in there to knock it away.
How often do... kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds. They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
Go now.
They'll go for it. Love. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give up the middle with Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Now, second down throw from Carr. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Here we go. Ready.
On first down, it's Love. He's going to tuck it and go.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't He's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Here we go, set. Set.
Now, faking the give. He keeps it himself. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He's got it. It's a touchdown. There is a marker down, but it looked like the defense was offside.
Offside. Defense.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Come on, set. Hut.
They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. And with that last touchdown, another milestone. He is the owner of the NFL record, the most total touchdowns by a running back in a single season. Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try. The man in motion is Watson.
Ready?
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he finds his way to the end zone again. Scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend the lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. And as we take you back through the highlights, there aren't many of them from a quarterbacking perspective. He's been unable to sustain a lot in any of these drives, and does not have a touchdown pass to this point. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Carr now. Throw left side, that's Johnson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Carr now on 2nd down. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further.
Let's go.
The man in motion is Watson.
Set, hut.
Love to throw it on first down. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
He's going to try it here again. And he'll take it on in. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try.
Ready?
They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. Oh, he coughs up the football. And the defense has it. In the pocket looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, with the good coverage, and there to get a hand on it.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Ready?
A 2nd down throw for in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Brings up 3rd and 16.
So we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Let's go now.
Throwing is Love. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Love to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The visitors' offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. First down throw there is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
2nd down, Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly. It brings up 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays.
Here we go, set. Hut, hut.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Room to run at the 35. Josh Jacobs. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for 2. To throw is Love. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion is Hill. They'll go play action with Carr. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Carr working out of the gun. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and
oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want, but now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Saints will cut into that lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This taken at the 5. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Set.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Up the sideline, past the 30. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Here's Jacobs. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Packers. So, it's a win for the Packers. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. A game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.
Tell you how to get rich quick. 20 a month and I can show you how the other half lives. Yeah, I can take you out of this. Get on your grind and take the dive. Can you riddle me this? If a house is just a loan, why not double your chips? Look up a property in your city, then buy it and flip. You just copped yourself a brand new whip. You poor thing, I know you wanna live just like this. Checks to the man and crawl back in the hole. Yo, I can turn the dirt into gold. Just take a little slice of heaven and bring it right back home. The price of easy living is a bit of your soul. No appliances in your kitchen, televisions and phones, and a nice silk sheet set to fold. You poor thing, I hate to see you living so damn cold. walk up the hill, falling down to your grave. I can help you carry all that weight. Reach out your hand to me, child, if you wanna be saved. Just put $1 in the bucket every day after day, and watch your problems, anxiety, struggle, spirit away. And at the end of the road, I know a place. You poor thing, I'm sure they'll let you walk right in the gate.
like ice cream on Shanty, playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. On my head, boys, I'm on my knees like that. Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me. Say, boy, what you want? Get that, get that, get that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his soul. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows. When I play with him like that. I think he knows. When I save him like that. He's wrapped around my pinky finger, watching the way I move. More power than on. And he knows it's true. When I play with him like that. When I play with him like that. Play with him like that. That he's coming right back.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you soul, but still soul down to earth. Wanna do it, we could do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot. Been cooking with the sauce. Chef Curry with the boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and this one features Josh Jacobs. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Packers and the Vikings, and it comes.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting. Right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throw rely so heavily on their running backs. For anybody that loves old school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us. on EA Sports. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vikings led out by the rookie, J.J. McCarthy. Won the national championship at the University of Michigan. Wasn't asked to throw it a ton during that championship run, but very athletic, very impressive. And Greg, he's the guy for the Vikes.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Darnold now to throw. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. After a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
So there's a fine line, Mike, between giving your wide receivers every chance they can to get open downfield, but at the same time, you can't stress your protection. I think he does a nice job in this case understanding that balance. He escapes the pocket, turns into a runner, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll take off again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have a clock in their head. They understand exactly how much time they have before they start stressing the protection. He realized pretty quickly here it was time to go, tuck the ball, become a runner, and he's able to pick up a big gain.
The man in motion is Watson. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Now he takes off. Yeah!
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Love. He's going to keep it himself.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He runs with it. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been elusive in this first half. Look at those rushing numbers for him. Defense definitely going to have to find a way to keep him in check. This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
Okay, ready?
2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
And now, after that opening touchdown, the offense is going to stay out and go for 2. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he will take it in and tack on the 2 points to make it 8-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Vikings offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They run, and here's the former Packer, Aaron Jones. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Jones. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Jair Alexander up from the secondary to make the stop. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. They run it once more with Jones. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now he'll run it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. Play fake to Jones, now Darnold. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Packers' 20-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Darnold. Here comes the screen to Jones. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability